king, a tidal wave. Excellence, perfect, life looks brilliant. Give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're firing me, firing me. Yeah, you're firing me, firing me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy for the light. It's got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Get you out of my hand again. Is it wrong? Is it right? It's like I've won my final war without a fight. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. Toxic, but I can't get enough. You bury me, bury me. I know you bury me, bury me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy for the light. It's got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Get you out of my head. Get you.
Never gonna stop, never gonna change, never gonna do the things you say. I run my own way to get there. Fools are calling and I don't seem to care. In the air, no more crowd, just the opposite kind of few clouds. So tell me this time is coming, I'm sick of all your lies. Why don't you try to be wise? Now that I need you, why? I never wanted to be alive, just to feel like I'm fading. And though my heart breaks a beat at time, I press the lens just to take it. Don't lead the way, don't even say that I'm done with the colors playing the rain. I feel like I'm fading.
Hi, Nintendo didn't make me, but I'm a Switch too. Jose Gonzalez.
That don't impress me much. Miss Isabel Brooks. Auntie Collins.
Yeah, and you are not watching the Shania Twain Nintendo Play Along show. This is the Mother Tuck and Poe show where we are talking all things RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 10. It is episode 6. It is the end of the pink bracket. There is mayhem. There is foolishness. There's not Mayhem Miller because that was All Stars 5. But, I mean, y'all, clearly we're late. We've had shit going on before the show even started. If you could look at Auntie Collins' camera setup today.
Oh, God.
It's giving Picture It, Scenic Washington, 1984.
I feel like it's giving, there's ash all around me. Ash, ash, ash all around me. Sorry, that was ass. Like the Mount St. Helens. Have you seen the Mount St. Helens Twitter account, by the way?
No, I haven't actually.
Well, you should, because it's fucking hilarious. But anyways, I don't know what's going on with my camera. I can't get it to be positioned.
Yeah, can you confirm nor deny that you did not accidentally get kimchi chic puff puff pass powder on your camera today?
I don't know. Can I?
I didn't think that was the powder that you had. This is the second time I've clocked you for certain things in your makeup collection. Just talking out of my ass. Okay, third time. Well, no. The first time was the Trixie brush. The second time was Mac Studio Fix.
Oh, yeah, that bitch. Guess what that bitch did? That bitch, it was in this fucking suitcase over here. Haven't unpacked, by the way.
Oh no.
Somehow it unscrewed. I didn't know it could unscrew.
Isn't the whole thing where it didn't have a pump and you'd have to buy the pump separately?
Don't even get me started.
Ooh.
But guess what? I have my travel size. So bitches, I mean, this is obviously how much I use it.
Mm-hmm.
But this is how much I have left.
Yeah.
I had the travel size and I had the full. I guess we're not living on a budget this summer.
In this economy, damn. See, when's the next 21 Days of Beauty, Alta? Let us know, let us choose what the days are, because if I had my pick of the litter, give me Sacred during the 21 Days of Beauty this year.
For those who know, I'm drinking a vitamin R.
Vitamin R? Hello, Astrid. What is vitamin R? Do tell.
It's Rainier beer.
Oh. Yeah, I for the third week in a row, I decided not to do the sangria. I needed something stronger, so good old White Claw Surge. Not to be
Do you
confused
like
with Surge
those?
Salinas. I love them. What are you talking about?
Ah!
Somewhere, one of my friends watching the show is saying, "Darling," but
I'm gonna let you know, my brain is on like a 2-second delay for everything. So
I'm not gonna make the read that I was going to make.
oh, you're saying that it's always on a 2-second delay?
I mean, my people were born to be delayed, so which is ironic because I was born a week early. So
It's all right. I was born 2 weeks early, and I haven't been early since.
Oh, work.
So
now, how often have you been? Okay, we need to move on from this because I was gonna say we don't need to get into the late phase at all. But no, this clearly is not the early podcast. It is what I like to call Drag Race After Dark, because this is what happens when you do a post show the day before the pit stop. We have to actually give organic and sometimes nuanced critiques. And I'll tell you what, we got critiques for this episode. It was, whoo-wee.
let me tell you, when we were doing the show on Saturday, it gave me time to sleep on it, rest on it, look at my notes, maybe do another watch through. This doesn't really give me that time. Sure, the episodes come out early on Friday mornings, and I could potentially watch it twice, but do I want to at this point?
I watch it once.
I watch it once and I go, okay, that's my impression.
But also, can we talk about the fact that normally I watch the episodes at 8:30 while I'm getting my stuff together for work from home. Today, I didn't watch it till literally 1 or 2 o'clock, and somehow it didn't get spoiled for me on Twitter or YouTube.
It's because nobody wants to fucking talk about this episode.
I mean, I realize in hindsight why, but
Also, what is this rogue hair? I was trying for Lady Gaga in the Alejandro music video, looking a little bit chola, but I didn't want to go full chola. Wearing my Hey Jack, which my
yeah, I was gonna say the full chola is reserved for Gwen Stefani, who's still doing it 20 years later.
but
It's gonna blow out my eardrums.
I'm wearing an actual country singer, CUNT singer. I went to a country show last year. It was so great. Got hit on by so many lesbians.
Yeah, love that for you. I think the closest I've been to a country concert has been anytime I would go to TNA and Mickey James was on the card, and I'd just sing hardcore country with LJ.
Listen, if
Same
there's
vibes.
anything that I could do, I feel like I could activate the lesbian army. Like I could have a lesbian militia with their U-Haul vehicles, and we could bring down an entire nation.
Yeah, love lesbians. Love lesbians.
I love lesbians,
I
and
was
they
gonna
love
say-
me.
Yeah, speaking of lesbian lovers, we have to get into this episode. It is episode 6. I mean, we're
Do
coming
we
off
have
of last
to?
week where it was rigomorous the whole way around from beginning to end with the fact that Mistress and Georges pulled the stunt they did with the MVQ points to then winning the challenge and tying a mediocre lip sync to Hot to Go to Chaperone and getting half a point each for that lip sync. So
They
just coming into this episode, they're both tied in the lead with 4.5 points. Make note of what is to come with these 4.5 points. It's a lot. It's a lot, Robin. But yeah, no. So, I mean, we come in, we obviously know that the girls are feeling some type of way just because of the fact that we have the whole chicanery that happened last week with the whole, how things are going with, what in the hell is going on here? You know, funny enough, I tried to stream to Instagram and it cut off. It's frozen. Said broadcast started 9 minutes ago, and that was it. 0 viewers. Oh well, that's fine. StreamYard, let us stream to more than 3 places, like, and have it work, please.
honestly vibe.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, I don't pay for it. I can't complain too much. So, we love you, Bobby. Hope you're smoking a fat one right now.
Absolutely.
And
Smoke one
no,
for
utmost
us.
respect. Yeah, I'm out of gardening supplies. I garden my way through it. It's fine. So, but you know what? Speaking of things that they're fine, we gotta discuss this week's MVQ points because it's all the girls that were not involved in the mayhem and foolishness. Yes, we're having some trouble streaming. Yes, we're gonna remove it. Thank you, StreamYard. Jeez, it's almost like you knew what was going on. Where did? Okay, we're going to save that. And then Auntie. Beautiful. Technical difficulties resolved. I hope. But
I wonder what's happening with my camera then.
I don't. Are we cursed? Did we do something? First, we have an episode that gets like copyright and like poofed, and now we're just like technical difficulties, like everything. Like we don't have the homophobic. Whoa, English, Jose. Homophobic
Whoa.
lighting from last week and the week before when you were dog sitting.
Oh my god, that
Like where you're
homophobic-
literally on camera and they're like, no, Goku used solar flare. It's just
Goku is solar flare. I was uncooked, unseasoned chicken last week. And this week I'm trying to bring some cooked seasoned chicken.
Mhm.
And it's saying in what decade?
You know what? I was gonna say George Foreman. You know, because these technical difficulties, just like that girl has you. pressed.
R.I.P. Oh my god. Also, when I scream in my office, my husband can hear it on the other side of the apartment, which our apartment is not large.
Yeah.
But he says I scream a lot. So maybe one stream I should have a screamometer or something.
Or like we just keep track of how many screams. And then you can present. I screamed this many times doing a podcast. And I
This many
screamed this many
viewers,
times with
this
you
many
last
comments.
night.
Yes.
Which one has more? What could you be doing to match this number instead of this number? It's a teachable moment, really.
Listen, I love being
Say it. Say it.
listen, I love being I love being teacher's favorite. And make a teacher's pet out of me.
I'm not going to describe the visual. that
Right
just
on
went
me
to
like
my
a
head.
whiteboard.
See, I was not going to say that. I was going to say instead of giving him the apple for being a good teacher, he puts the apple in your mouth.
Listen, an apple a day.
Anyways, so So
Do you know that tree? Do you know that apple seeds are just tree semen?
Brian Danielson, you son of a bitch.
Ah!
I hate
Ah!
that I know that reference. I fucking hate that I know that reference.
And yet again, wrestling has inundated our Drag Race podcast.
Anyways, so the MVQ points for this week. So here's the way that they are distributed. We have Miss Nicole Paige Brooks making sure that it doesn't happen again. She gives her point to Carrie Colby. We have Miss Lydia Butthole Collins also giving her point to Carrie Colby. To which it feels a little weird because Nicole Paige Brooks thought that she was going to get a point, but no, she didn't. So what ends up happening is Tina Burner gives Nicole Paige Brooks a point. Her only point, because Carrie Colby returns the favor, gives her point back to Lydia Butthole Collins. So now, as it stands, we have at 4.5 each, Georges and Mistress Isabel Brooks, followed by Lydia with 4 points. And then now we have a tie between Tina Burner and Carrie Colby with 2 points. And at the bottom, it's Nicole Paige Brooks with 1.
Listen, it's like when you go to a third world country and you see them with one toy and they are so happy to have that one toy. Nicole Paige Brooks is just happy to be there, happy to be acknowledged, and happy to have her 1 point at this point.
Was she, or were you telling her to be happy on the camera so it looks good for optics?
Yeah. Honestly, it made me feel sad for Nicole Paige Brooks because she came all this way, right? From season 2, really
From
had
Atlanta, Georgia.
From Atlanta, Georgia.
But not even just that. Can we talk about the fact that I feel like when it came down to the bracket, I feel like Nicole has put up more of a fight and also made better television than Phoenix did in the first bracket?
Because...
And
but
I
here's
like
the thing.
Phoenix. It's nothing wrong with that, but sometimes mothers just know best.
I just don't think that the orange bracket was as cutthroat.
Yeah.
Because it was obvious from the beginning who the first 2 were going to be. It was just a spot for the third. I feel like the pink bracket definitely could be anybody's game. Watch out for Mrs. Bell Brooks.
Yeah, subtle foreshadowing. But we have that not really kumbaya moment, but Tina Burner feeling some type of way about this because she walks out of this week's MVQ ceremony with no additional points, still stuck with the 2 that she got from the 8-ball the week prior, and lets her frustrations be heard. And Lydia's just like, it's a game. Like, clearly we're just playing a game.
I see both sides. However, don't make those kinds of deals of like, I'll do this for you and you do this for me type of thing. Which I know that Carrie Colby and Lydia have this now alliance, which also Lydia has an alliance with Mistress and the Brooks family. I don't know. It just seems, it sucks because you see that Tina really wants to play the game fair and square. She wants to have an opportunity to have an even playing field. And Mistress and Georges are going, no, the even playing field started the day that we walked in. That was the last time it was an even playing field. You had
I think it's a double-edged sword
moment.
because you want it to be a meritocracy, but the only way for it to really be a meritocracy is to win. You have to get a top 2 placement, and if you're not getting a top 2, then it turns into RuPaul's Best Friends race.
Right.
No ifs, ands, or what's about it. I mean, we finally have, after all these years on All-Stars, Monet Exchange talk about, like, well, I'm in an alliance. I'm like, why are we in alliances for? To now you actually kind of have to play a social game on Drag Race.
Which, like, maybe they should have a show where it is more like Survivor, but drag queens. Like, this is not that
Survive
game.
Hers is.
She already had Survive Hers is. That's too
The
much
tribe
mouth.
has spoken. Officially.
fish. Oh, fish.
No, and then when they burn out the torch, instead of it being like the thing where it's just like the coconut shell, it's literally just them going like.
Hilarious.
Well, wonder. Hello.
Yeah, we are up for we are
For your consideration,
yeah, for your consideration. If you want to pay us
Mhm.
a lot of money.
or not a lot of money. It's more money than we make doing that. Hey, we're doing this as a labor of love.
You're getting paid for this?
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to talk about cross-dressing for money? I don't know what that's like.
It would be wonderful. Anything but the job I'm doing right now.
Mhm.
You give me health benefits, a nice 401k.
I mean,
I've done
yeah,
I've
it
done
does
a
kinda have
lot
to be
more for a
401k these
lot
days.
less.
Yeah, and let's face it, I have a voice made for this. I don't have a body made for exclusive content. I don't.
You'd be surprised.
No comment. Anyways, so speaking of bodies made wrong, we find out for this week this maxi challenge. What's old is new again, and I'm not just talking about RuPaul. We are reviving an old piece of film canon. And is this the first movie musical?
There's a movie?
Well, technically, it's not. It wasn't done like a play format. Like they filmed it and everything, kind of made it like a movie because I think Starbooty was a movie. Actually, not. We're gonna look up the lore. Hold on, one moment.
I need to know the lore.
Yeah, so Starbooty is a 2007 film written and starring drag queen RuPaul. It is the fourth in a series of films starring the title character, a top secret government agent and supermodel. The original 3 films, collectively titled RuPaul is Starbooty, were all made in the mid-1980s by RuPaul and his friends with a budget of around $100 and were sold out of shopping carts around gay bars in Atlanta, Georgia.
This
Oh,
is
damn.
older than both of us,
It had
by
a
the way.
Well, the original part was, but I'm just saying for the 2007 film, it actually had a budget of $500,000, which ain't that bad.
Sounds like
Although I'm seeing who's
Season
involved
one.
in it, there are some choices. Ooh.
it seems like season 1 of the season 1 winnings of RuPaul's Drag Race.
No, $500,000 for RuPaul's Drag Race? Hell no.
Oh, it was only 20, right?
I think it was 10. Let's see. Oh God, the movie supporting cast is primarily made up of adult film stars, both male and female.
Okay.
It is unrated, and though there is no explicit, it does feature several of its male stars frontally nude and boing. And at one point, RuPaul's depicted graphically fondling him. Okay. Yeah, no. No. It is a marked departure from the drag queen next door image RuPaul cultivated during the height of her fame. Okay. So that explains the casting choices.
Interesting.
Yeah, we did not get any of that on this episode. Thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, the first winner of BB Sahara won a cash prize of $20,000.
Which is more than people were winning in the UK.
Oh, that's crazy. Only $5,000 worth of MAC cosmetics. How many Studio Fix Pluses could I get for $5,000?
Forget Studio Fix Plus. How many of the original formula, if you could still find it, of the Studio Fix press powder?
Oh my God. It just feels good.
You know what?
Yes.
I see your Mac Studio Fix, and I raise you. Fenty, you missed.
Oh, that's good. Oh, look at that mist. This is now a misting channel. That is a nice mist.
Yeah, I still have like half a bottle. I've had this since January. I ended up getting the Alpha Power Grip setting spray. I used it earlier. It's fine. I mainly got it because it was discounted at my second job, and like I kind of need a smaller thing for travel because this is technically over the 3-ounce limit. Thanks, TSA. But anyways, we find out that this week the Maxi Challenge, we're 25 minutes in, and we're just now getting to the actual content of this episode. If anybody has an issue with us being off the rails and showing some lack of decorum, Zach, hello, how are you? Welcome. But as always, if you guys know the drill, if there's an issue of anything that we say, two things. One, you could kiss it. And two, you could send your complaints on Twitter to @Hulk Hogan. So, you know, it's what we do. However, for this Maxi Challenge, Starbooty, the rebooty. What's old is new again and less vulgar, apparently.
Apparently. Had I known, I mean, I probably wouldn't have acted any different, let's be honest.
I mean, to be fair, we were talking about pulling the pads last week, right? I feel like we summoned this challenge.
Honestly, if there's anything that I do, is I ask for it, so. If you don't ask, you'll never get it.
I was going to say, I thought we repealed Don't Ask, Don't Tell, but anyways. For this challenge, it is a movie rusical. So there are 3 villains and our 3, it's the way I almost said baby faces. Like the 3, what, like, they're not really protagonists. They're just like the goody two-shoes.
Yeah.
The heroes? Question mark?
Question mark, question
Heroes
mark, question mark.
starring Hidden Pin into the air? God,
Do you remember?
we're really doing something. And your camera's really doing something
Listen,
too.
Zach.
Yeah, no, your camera for a moment there, it was Adele Dazeem. Frozen.
Okay, John Travolta.
I mean, John Travolta did drag. With prosthesis.
Am I frozen still? Jesus.
No, you're good now.
Okay.
It comes and it goes. Wait, is there an axolotl on your bed or what the hell is that?
Yeah, it's an axolotl.
Oh my god, it's adorable.
It's adorable. It's
Wait,
a
did
big
you always
one.
have a cowboy frog?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm getting so distracted right now.
No, it's okay. You can just finally see it because I don't. Usually my camera is flipped, and I'm an idiot, and I didn't flip it back, so that you can read all the things over here. But this also illuminates.
Work. I mean, you can't. I would have to move out of the way for you to read what that
It's
sign
from a-
says, but either way, like. Hold on, it's out of focus.
I love it. I see your chapel.
Yeah.
Is that a piano? Do you play piano?
I pluck chords. I've never like played like well.
Bitch, you know what that is?
Also, why don't I
Record?
ever zoom in this fucking camera? This is a much better frame.
Over there's my piano. It's sitting up next to the light.
Aw. We're gonna have to do like some sort of cabaret or something.
Doing
Tell me something,
piano.
girl. No, okay.
I was going full. I'm beautiful in my way because God makes no mistakes.
Oh, God. So speaking of Born This Way, not only do we have the album on CD still, but there was, I guess, there was this one girl that did a cover like on the early days of YouTube who was like 12 or 13 at the time. She ends up going on Good Morning America and she does it like an acoustic piano cover of Born This Way. And my mom, bless her heart, was sobbing, bawling over like the girl singing it. It wasn't even that good, but I was like, Mom, what's wrong? She's like, she was born this way. I was just like,
Oh, Mom is so cute.
yeah, I love her. 10 out of 10 wouldn't trade. So,
Well, I would.
oh no, we've talked about this. You're justified.
Thank you.
Unlike that one album by that one ex-boy band member.
I don't know. You can cry you.
We love you, Brittany. But anyway, speaking of trade, so we find out the roles for this challenge. Mistress Isabel Brooks, Lydia Butthole Collins, and Georges playing the villainous characters that are going to kidnap RuPaul, reprising her role of Starbooty. And the agents that are trying to save her are Carrie Colby, Nicole Page Brooks, and Tina Burner. And as if it couldn't be crazy enough, not only are they reenacting this reboot of the franchise, they're going to be singing. Well, they're re-recording their vocals, but it's their vocals. Recorded by, you know him, you love him. He's also apparently been producing a lot of stuff for Troye Sivan, Mr. Leland.
Oh.
You know that Circuit Party smash hit Rush? That was a Leland hit.
What?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
A good-ass song, too. And I would have never known until I looked.
And now I'm gonna think of it differently. Okay.
What, did you not like Rush before?
No.
Really? I mean, to be fair, you're not one to, you know, care for a song devoted to the VCR or the VHS cleaner. Yeah, you were not a Rush girly.
No, not a Rush girly. Here's the thing. I mostly listen to only queer artists or femme presenting artists.
Okay, so because Troy is mask presenting, I use that in quotations.
But like some of those songs get inundated and like, you know, when you go to Spotify and you're like, oh, I want to listen to Chapel Roan radio, or I want to listen to Sabrina Carpenter radio, or Ariana Grande radio. Those songs come on and I think that they are sung by a woman.
I mean, those songs are sung by women.
Yeah, that's true.
And the irony is that Troye Sivan has 2 songs with Ariana Grande.
That's true.
So, I mean, it's like Supernatural. But not only are they recording their vocals with Leland, they have to choreograph and everything with our extra special guest judge, who is also not only helping with the choreography, he's our guest judge from the director and everything, Adam Shankman. I don't know why the fuck this says Gabe Lopez on this Wikipedia page. The fuck?
Gabe
Oh,
Lopez.
you know what it was? Gabe Lopez was the music producer and Leland was the vocal producer. And then they just didn't talk about Adam Shankman in the synopsis. I'm like, huh? Gabe Lopez, I'm sorry I said who the fuck are you? I promise I watched the episode.
He was on So You Think You Can Dance.
Adam Shankman was on So You Think You Could Dance?
Yeah. He's
I
a
did not know that.
judge.
See,
Back in the day when I used to watch that show.
I never watched So You Think You Can Dance because I watched America's Best Dance Crew instead.
Listen, ABDC. No
Up
other
until
show.
Lil Mama said some stupid shit.
Yeah, but it made me can I admit this?
Mm-hmm.
JC Chazé should have been.
Thank you! Screaming from the mountaintops. I've been saying that for fucking
But
years.
like he had that weird hit and people were like,
That album was a chop. I'm not going to lie. It was.
The album
want-
read like a horny teenager.
So, funny enough, after you guys watch this show, go on your favorite podcast platform, look up Let Me Fix It. Francesca Ramsey and DeLon Grant have an entire episode devoted to JC Chazé and how he should have been the breakout star of NSYNC and how they would have fixed his solo career.
Absolutely.
It was a phenomenal episode, and also shout out to them because I got to submit an intro for their show, and they mentioned our show because they ran down my resume, which I was not prepared for. So thank you guys.
When you
I know
sent me
they're on their
that
season
link,
3 hiatus.
well, when you sent me that link, I was like, why are you sending me some other podcast? Like, whatever. And then I started listening to it, and I was like, oh, bitch. Oh, bitch.
I get around.
You do get around.
Yeah. I'll have you know, my testing came back negative. And that was before I got the injection.
Yeah. Iconic. Truly. Truly.
But yes, so I mean, we're going into a Rusical challenge. I will say of this cast, I don't really know who this would favor. Maybe George's, just because she did so well in the All Stars 9 Rusical.
Right.
So I feel like that was kind of an interesting play. Lydia was kind of forgettable when she was in the Rusical last season for The Wicked Wiz of Oz. Mistress, when she was doing Wig Loose. Honestly, she did well. Like, I don't think she was the star of Wig Loose, but Wig Loose, to this day, still my favorite Rusical on Drag Race.
Really?
Yeah, we've talked about this.
I know we've talked about it.
Did you ever finish your rewatch of season 15?
Bitch, I got busy.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I say that and I go, oh, it's because I started rewatching Total Divas.
Wait, you're rewatching Total Divas and you didn't make content about it?
Yeah, I should have made content about it.
Also, what
Maybe
the fuck is on my watch?
Maybe I'll go back because honestly, just season 3 is contentable. Because you
See,
got
for me, season 2 was the best season. Season 3, it gets a little, okay, now we're doing a little too much, because then you got Rosa Mendes coming back after her, like, rehab stint. Paige.
Yeah, but then Paige comes in.
Okay, Natty driving into the dumpster to avoid a drug test is funny. I will give you that. But I'm talking, like, primo Natty versus Summer Rae is, like, the best Total Divas.
Getting slapped. The slap that was heard around the world.
Yeah, and Natty had 4 words to say about that. Get off my property! Yeah!
In the most 2010 fuck ass outfit ever.
Yeah. Like, there's a reason why you're 30, Summer, and single, which now knocking on 30's door in a couple weeks and horribly single, that's not the read you think it is.
I wasn't single at 30, so...
But what were you?
Not married.
Just to go end up marrying a man.
It's my greatest failure.
Well, you can take the they them out of Jersey.
Listen, if it ever goes south, I ain't never gonna be anywhere near a man again.
Well, I mean, as long as your man goes south, you don't have to worry about that.
Well, why do you think I married him?
Good answer. But yes, no, I mean, so we see the girls all working on their lyrics. Well, they're not writing lyrics, but they're recording them. We see Carrie kind of like figuring out like her voice for the character that she's playing and trying to be like very like high energy, like very campy comedy, which is not something that she does. But I think it was well executed. And then we just have Nicole Paige Brooks. Can I just say Nicole Paige Brooks? Just iconic. For just simply going about everything she does, not giving a flying fuck.
This is how I want to go into elderhood. You know?
It's not even just going into elderhood. This is what I want to embrace with life. Like, I want to be so successful at what I do that I can choose to put as little or as much effort into whatever I do, and people eat it up.
Absolutely.
Didn't get poked, didn't get prodded. No sister, I'm pickled with her. No. No. Which, by the way, sister, I'm pickled has become like the phrase of the season, and it was something that was said behind the scenes, which is even better.
I should have used that as my intro. I'm just still mad at Mistress, but
to be fair, that's not a Mistress thing. That was a George's thing. Although by proxy, I guess you're kind of mad at George's too, no?
Yeah. Both of them
well.
can eat my ass.
I mean, it was getting muggy in here, so I had to turn on the AC. You know.
You have AC?
Yeah. We didn't always have it.
That's rich people shit.
Also, how do you live in an apartment complex and there's not air conditioning?
because this building was made before the civil rights.
So you don't have a millennial gray kitchen or vinyl floors?
Absolutely not. I have
Thank
a
God.
I have I have an IKEA what do they get? Shake and go? Not a shake and go. Shaken whatever those IKEA kind of countertops are, the ones that don't have any depth in them.
See, I wouldn't know because I don't have an IKEA. I've never been.
They've You never had the meatballs?
There's no fucking IKEA near me, Collins.
Everywhere I've lived, there's an IKEA.
There's not nary an IKEA near me. We don't even have a fucking Costco. I have to go to the next city for a Costco. If I want to go to IKEA, I either have to go to fucking Pennsylvania or Toronto. And I'm not doing nothing with the border right now because
Felt.
which all I'm going to say is Alexa, play Potential Breakup Song by Alienation.
That's a good fucking song to put on repeat.
Especially since they re-recorded it and they added the cussing.
Seriously?
This was like a couple years ago, yes.
Oh, bitch. I'm out of the loop. That's what happens.
Yep. But anyways, speaking of what happens, we get into this choreography session with Adam Shankman. We see Mistress kind of struggling, as Mistress does with choreography. She's very much in like her, like, I'll do it on the spot era. Like, Mistress is not a bad performer. She's just bad at learning choreo, which we know this about. Lydia's getting extremely tested with like what she's doing because she has a lot of like the more high, I don't want to say high in intensity, but like she's doing stuff where she's walking across chairs. She has a portion where she gets lifted by Mistress, which, hey,
You have
look
to
at
put
Mistress.
all of your
Middleweight champion's been pumping iron.
that she was pumping.
But yes, Nicole Paige Brooks, 2 left feet, not a chanteuse. It is okay. Because damn it, Nicole Paige Brooks could literally just do whatever the fuck she wants, and I feel like I have to stand her at this point. Like, I didn't know how much I needed Nicole Paige Brooks back on our screens, but damn.
I mean, I was joking saying this is just a filler queen. She's not going to be that important.
How wrong you were.
And I was very wrong.
Yeah, I feel like anybody that we thought of like a notion of being a filler queen has proved us wrong so far this entire season. Like, Tina Burner's been integral to this bracket.
And I hate that I've been cheering for Tina Burner.
Well, I mean, when she gives you something to cheer for, it's worth cheering.
That's true. Her Ronald McDonald shaped ass, you know?
Did you say Ronald McDonald shaved or Ronald McDonald shaped?
Shaped? Here's my thing about Tina Burner. As much as I shit on her and all these things, saying that she's built like a fridge, or I'm just repeating things that other queens have said. These are things my body is shaped like Miss Tina Burner.
I mean, my body's shaped like Mistress Isabel Brooks, but can I pause the Drag Race talk to give you good wrestling news?
Always.
So there's been rumors going around for the last couple weeks about 2 former champions returning to TNA at Against All Odds. We found out who those returning champions are. They are former Knockouts Tag Champions. They're former WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Ah! They're mothers. It's Cassie Lee. It's Jessie McKay. It's the inspiration.
Iconic! Bitch!
Can we also talk about the fact that TNA has had such a Knockouts tag drought, especially after splitting up Spitfire after having them feud with the Elegance brand forever? This is exactly what they needed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's enough for the wrestling talk. You know what? We're going to go from everything that we love about wrestling, but make it drag. We're going to talk runways. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm so down. Also, I feel like this would have been really great this theme would have been really great for Miss Chappelle-Roan, but
Yeah, why the fuck was this not the theme last week?
don't know.
Because especially nothing in the challenge made sense with it either.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to like it is the way that I already forgot what the oh
Little Shop of
Oh.
Horrors.
no, it wasn't the runway that I forgot. I forgot what the challenge was. It was the rap and roast.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Well, but anyways, category is, if I can pull it up. Category is Wild Wild West. So immediately you hear this category, what are your expectations?
Will Smith.
And that rotted ass song or the movie?
Wild Wild West. Get it? Is it a Wild Wild West? And I get it on a Wild Wild West. Can I just tell you? Wait,
Go ahead.
it might be inappropriate.
You inappropriate?
This was this used to be a code word for because when you had roommates and you didn't want them to hear things, we're gonna go up to my room and watch Wild Wild West.
Whatever happened to the sock on the door? Whatever happened to hello, how are you? My name is.
Oh, it's
Whatever
amazing.
happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy. Evening TV. Whatever happened to Baby Jane?
Anyways,
But
that's what I think of. So I feel like it's a little bit biased, a little bit tainted. But definitely the Wild Wild West movie
Mhm.
with the mechanical spider.
Okay. So up first.
I want to know what you think.
This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
Like I'm thinking spaghetti western. You know what I'm thinking of specifically? Hold on, before we're gonna backtrack here. You know what I'm thinking of specifically? Anybody that's from like Western New York, like the Buffalo area, you will know this. Martin's Fantasy Island, the Western shootout that they would do like on the hour, every hour at that fucking theme park. Like as soon as you're walking in from like the kids lane to try to like go down like by the lake to either go into the canoes or if you're gonna go towards the Silver Comet, they would do this fucking Western show all the fucking time, and we always ate it up. Always ate it up.
That's crazy.
Y'all can look up the lore for yourself. Anyways, up first, Nicole Page Brooks.
Finally, drag has showed up in Nicole Page Brooks's runway looks because this was the perfect amount of camp.
Mm-hmm. I love the wig. Like actually
I
being
loved
like a
it.
mane. The tail and her ass, like she looks like she's like a carousel horse, which I live.
Yeah,
And the best part is she didn't have a single fucking pad on. And she didn't need it.
she didn't need it. Love it. I loved how campy it was. You
The
know
harness
what?
over her face. It's just
Ugh.
it's good. It's so good.
It's so good.
It's a
Would've
shame
been-
that she did so shitty in the actual challenge because this could have been a top week for her.
I know.
The visual of Nicole Page Brooks lip syncing to Texas Hold'em and this like fucking Red Riding Hood ass outfit that she changes into. Oh god.
Was interesting. However, I would have loved if she had done a lip sync versus Mistress and won.
Yeah, but for that to happen, Mistress would have had to, done well in the challenge. But yeah, no, great look for Nicole Page Brooks. A nice way to close out your package for the bracket. Good job, girl. Up next, Tina Burner. I like this.
I loved it. So when she was talking about Wonder Woman, I
I immediately thought Gal Gadot. No, but like I'm thinking of like that interpretation of Wonder Woman because it is very much like brown leather and like the lasso of truth, but like this is like a cunty bondage lasso on the bodice.
Honestly, the original Wonder Woman, that's an awakening for me.
Linda Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good
I mean, I've
awakening
seen
for
Prime
me.
Linda Carter. I see it for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, but this is such a great look. Tina Burner, people who are built like fridges like us, we're very top heavy. You got these little chicken legs, right?
Mhm.
The proportions of this don't look like she's top heavy. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
I
it's
think the way
very
that
well
like
constructed.
the silhouette of the bodice going into like the hips and everything, it actually
Mhm.
accentuates the figure that she's going for without necessarily having to pad for the figure that she's going for.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. And if there was padding on this, it is seamless looking to where it's not obvious, say, I don't know, mistress, but
Yeah, I mean the hair's big enough, it's styled enough, the makeup's done well. Like Tina Burner has turned herself around this All Stars compared to season
Turned.
13.
she has turned
Yeah.
herself
Yeah,
around.
being a Turner, she did the thing.
Honestly, all three looks that she's done would be top contender.
Yeah, no, she treated All Stars exactly the way that people should be treating All Stars, and I'm so proud of her for it. And especially that 8-ball look, that's going to go down in history as one of the best design challenge looks that we've gotten on any season of Drag Race, as it should.
I am hoping that she's the wild card.
Honestly, after this episode, I feel like she has to be the wild card. At first, I had Deja Sky in that spot,
Yeah.
but I feel like from what she showed us in this bracket, Tina makes the most sense.
Absolutely.
Unless something happens in the purple bracket that really sways us, she's my leader for the wild card spot for sure.
Agreed.
Up next, we have Carrie Colby.
I fucking love this.
When Missy Elliott said can't stand the rain, she didn't see Carrie Colby. Like, I just imagine Carrie Colby walking out of my house saying I wasn't worthy, and then Hillary Duff and her like windowsill singing "Come Clean." Like, that is the heartache that I feel knowing that it's just seeing Carrie Colby and knowing that I don't have Carrie Colby. That's the emotion that it evokes out of me, because this is everything.
Absolutely.
I love the sheer chaps of it all. I love the fact that like her cowboy hat is also like stoned down to have like the raindrops with the beads and everything too. The way that like the actual like fabric is like perfectly covering her silhouette to the point where like you could see like the clouds parting, but also like keeping it. I'm not gonna say modest, but like making sure the girls and the between me down there are like concealed. Like it's immaculate.
It really is. This outfit is a dream, and the hair, the mug, I didn't agree with the judges about the hat, because the hat.
Yeah,
is
no,
supposed to look
I didn't
like,
agree with Carson at all when he said that, because how are you going to say that and then commend the one that Mistress wore?
I know, because the one that Mistress wore looked like somebody sat on it.
And like the box braids with this too, the mug,
Oh.
the pleasers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love that the pleasers were kind of like a clear like shoe this time, because it also matches the meshness of the. It's Carrie Colby. Like, if there's one thing the House of Colby is going to do, it's going to serve cunt. And
I wanted to mention during the challenge, right? During this Rusical.
Oh, where she has like that line where she says like, "I'm your favorite hooker's favorite hooker." Instead of like showing your
I popped, and she looked like 2000s Pamela Anderson.
And not for nothing, I thought Carrie did great in the challenge.
I thought she did great too.
I thought she could have been in the top, and it would have been totally justified this week.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, for reasons we find out, that doesn't happen that way. Which I will say this: if it's not Tina Burner as the wild card, Carrie Colby is a great alternate for the wild card.
Agreed.
Sister, you did great this week. Up next, Mistress Isabel Brooks. How are you going to like come for Tina Burner saying like, this is how you do it? It's not my favorite. Like, I don't think we needed the flames at all. Like, you could have had this silhouette in like black and red and it would have been fine. But like the fabric around the nude illusion for the like hips, like you could see where they're bunching in the crotch and everything too. So It's giving stretch marks. It's giving like you have like bulge where you don't want that.
Right.
I don't like the flaming chaps. Like I don't like the flames that are hanging over her like clearly padded hips. Like, you know what it looks like? It looks like if someone burned what Tina Burner wore during that lip sync with Utica, where like she had like the patchwork like Care Bear kind of outfit, like the bottoms. Like this looks like if someone tried to light him on fire and make him cunty. It's just
So I sent you on Twitter what I thought.
oh.
Straight up Pokemon Magmar.
Yeah, I see it for her.
Just put a cowboy hat on Magmar, and that is this look.
You know what it's giving? It's Magmar mixed with Trish's WrestleMania 39 gear. That is the best way I could describe. It's giving pimp wrestler Magmar.
Pimp wrestling Magmar. That is insane. And honestly, I agree. I don't like the padding. I don't like the hat.
The padding looks so sloppy, which is something you don't normally say about Mistress.
Right.
I just feel like if it
However-
wasn't the nude illusion is what kills this.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the rest of the silhouette honestly isn't that bad. It's just I would not have put a flesh colored like fabric there. Like I would have just made it like a full on like pantaloon. So I don't know. Like you could have had like flares. Why is there no denim or something or gingham or like this doesn't feel like Wild West to me. Like yeah, it's like ooh I'm a cowboy. Like yeehaw. Like it doesn't scream Wild West. It just screams like oh I got chaps. Like I'm going to the Cowboy Carter tour.
It's the delusion that she thought she ate. It's the delusion that she thought that
The mug and the wig are great. Like I feel like if you look at just a headshot, it looks like she ate, and then I get the whole thing, and it's like, that's okay.
The most exciting thing about this is the hit pieces that are coming out like that.
I mean, can't remember. Did we say this at all during the last season? But I'm going to say something that should have been said. It's something that's appropriate to say it in regards to Mistress this week. All drag is valid.
Listen, I don't kink shame. However,
Oh, I kink shame. Like, if your idea of scat is not Ella Fitzgerald or Jasmine Sullivan going skibbity ba 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 doo ba ba, I do shame.
that is the second week that we've talked about
Well,
scatting.
speaking of scat, Lydia Butthole Collins. It comes out of the butthole. What can I say?
Yeah, I know. This is incredible.
I love the fact
Absolutely.
that she had cow print incorporated in this, and then she like wove in like the rope into the actual denim, and having the lasso and like the actual like bullhorn like into a fascinator kind of thing. It's so good.
It is so good. I love the rope detail in the front, and then her totally owning it and saying, "Yeah, I made this look. When did you make this look?" In the days leading up.
Quite literally, the only thing that I could have possibly changed about this is maybe have it be a boot cut and actually have like a brown like shoe to like mimic a cowboy boot without seeing the full-on cowboy boot.
Yeah,
But other than that, I love it.
yeah, I loved it.
Like, I don't care if this is controversial or brave or anything. I like denim and drag. When it's styled right, it looks phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you think? A good pair of blue jeans is classic for a reason, because more often than not, everybody looks good in them.
Agreed.
So, but yeah, no, Lydia looked great. She did great in the challenge. This was a good week for Lydia, and I'm glad it solidified her place moving on to the semifinals because
Agreed.
considering the
Well
fact
deserved.
that she took us by storm with one lip sync in season 17, and then to come to All Stars and turn it against like people that are canon on when it comes to Drag Race. Like literally, she turned around like within a week or so, came back to film All Stars 10 before she even did promo for season 17, and served this. Yeah, jaws are dropped, buttholes are gaped. It's just yes, yes.
Listen, I'm not normally a butthole fan, but here I am.
Yeah, you know, now that I say that, what do we call Lydia fans? Because I don't think, do we call them buttholes?
What else would you call them?
Stinkers? Because they're not pink. I mean, can we call them a-holes? And it all leads back to
Or is it a
Leland
beehole?
producing Rush for Troye Sivan, because Rush is it can lead to things involving your Lydia Butthole Collins. Okay, moving on. Last but not least, we have Georges. And I think Adam Shakeman hit the nail on the head when he said Pink Pony Club. Because that's exactly what I got. Like, this gives me the rise and fall of the Midwest Princess, which I'm not mad about. Like, I understand that, like, Western doesn't always have to be, like, denim or, like, brown leather, like, cowhide or everything, too. I thought, like, this was a good interpretation because it does give, like, Saloon Girl. And I think Georges look good.
So I think honestly, Georges is one of those that styles and goes, what do I like the most? My legs. Similar silhouette.
Which is ironic because
to-
you don't have much of them.
I know she's so small, so baby. But here we go. Another look where she's got legs, but I love the garters. I love the shape of this silhouette. I like that it's a saloon girl. You get what they mean. Sure, she doesn't have a cowboy hat. Sure, it's not like a literal cowboy howdy.
But you
partner.
don't always get a cowboy hat in the Wild West anyways.
Right. I don't know.
And also,
It's-
can I just say, I'm so glad that nobody appropriated Native American culture during this. Because obviously, like, people will always say, like, cowboys and Indians and stuff from the Wild West. You don't need to go there. And this is proof that you don't need to go there.
I think there's only one queen who has ever done a full headdress, and it's because, well,
Yeah,
on the
I mean-
RuPaul's Drag Race
Yeah.
stage. But
Culture is not a costume. That's simple.
agreed.
But yeah, no, Georges did great. I love the Fascinator. I love that, like, Georges is someone that act like 100% of the time she will paint for the look instead of like having the look like kind of like be second to the paint. Because you see the pink from her eyeshadow to her blush to her lips, and she takes it all the way down. Like, I love a good monochromatic like look from top to bottom. And where there's not the pink, you have the silver and like the stars and the trim and the beads and her highlight on her makeup. Like, she really took every little detail that you can think of and made sure that it was cohesive.
Absolutely.
And I can
And this
appreciate
is
that.
this is over blushed done right.
I don't think it's overblush. I think it's just enough for drag.
Exactly.
Like, if you're walking into like a Wegmans looking like this, I'd be like, okay, not too much now. But
Listen,
for
I'm gonna
drag,
go
it's
to
perfect.
Wegmans now, fully blushed up.
love Wegmans. Get a turkey sub. But we find out that for this week, the top two for the Maxi Challenge are Georges and Lydia Butthole Collins, which I think they both deserve because
Agreed.
Georges once again turned out a rusical.
Agreed. I think that because it was split up into like two segments, right? One team over here, the other team over here. Beautifully mastered.
Yeah.
However, I just would have made it a three-way with Carrie Colby.
Or instead of making it 3 where you have one from the villain side, one from the hero side,
Yeah.
I don't think you put Georges in there. I think you put Lydia in there with Carrie Colby.
Yeah.
And you could still finagle the point situation be just enough. Because as it stands, Carrie won the challenge, but she didn't win the lip sync. She would have had 4 points. But here's the thing. I feel like Tina and Nicole might not have given the points to Carrie. They could have given them to Lydia. But either way, if that happened, I mean, or they give them to each other, and then you still have 4.5 points each, which would still trump what Carrie has. But
Right.
at the end of the day, like, there's a whole lot of chess and checkers going on. But the top 2 of the week lip sync to Texas Hold'em by Beyonce to round out this Wild West runway. I thought it was a fun lip sync.
It was fun. I was waiting when they were going to actually execute this album, this song, what have you.
Yeah, we've already had 2 Cowboy Carter songs in back-to-back seasons, which I'm not mad about.
Right.
Although,
I just am shocked that it took this long to get this one.
Honestly, you know what song would have rather have been than Texas Hold'em tonight? Was Tyrant.
Why?
Like, just because, like, Texas Hold'em, it's fine. Like, it's fun, it's cute. But I'm saying for, like, a lip sync, if you want cunt, when the beat drops in Tyrant, like, just tell me no. And then that fucking harmonica comes in with the trap beat. Like, that, if you did that and Lydia took off her wig at that specific moment, like, the LGBTQIA gasp you would have gotten out of me.
On Pride Month?
The bye you would have gotten. Oh gosh, God. Or like, I don't think they needed to do like a duet lip sync. Like, could you imagine if they did like 2 Most Wanted and it was just like very sapphic and somber? Like, But I mean, it was a fun lip sync. I think Georges like low key looked like she's doing the TikTok dance for it for a little bit, which I don't blame her. And like Lydia had the well timed wig reveal, which I didn't see coming. It's not too often these days where you have a wig reveal where someone's like wearing like a flat human unit and then they actually take it off for the reveal. Because I'm used to like the structured updos being taken off and everything too. And like neither girl had like a cover up. So I wasn't expecting a reveal. I was just expecting like a real lip sync. And it was still fun.
Agreed. It was fun.
And Georges didn't punch the ghost. We didn't get it.
That's my move, honestly, when I'm out.
Yeah. And we didn't get the shoulders. Like, they actually had to give us real shit. But no, Georges does win the lip sync, and I agree.
I agree.
So, we get into... Because it's the end of the bracket, MVQ points are done on the main stage. So, before the lip sync even starts, my favorite thing is that production, like, left in the audio... Immediately, they walk to the back of the stage. Nicole's like, Tina, are we sending Carrie? And, like, they sort that out. I love that they're just like, no, fuck Mistress, fuck George. It's like, no, we gotta do what we can. So, we get to the points exchange. So, as it stands after the lip sync, Georges is in the lead with 7.5 points, followed by Lydia Butthole Collins with 6. Then it's Mistress Isabel Brooks at 4.5, Carrie Colby and Tina Burner both at 2, and Nicole Paige Brooks at 1. We find out that both Nicole and Tina give their points to Carrie Colby, which brings her to 4. Carrie gives her point to Tina Burner, which brings Tina to 3. And then it comes down to Mistress Isabel Brooks. Now, where we think all the girls are playing chess, it turns out they're playing checkers, because Mistress, being the rotted bitch that she is, she says like how she felt like she wronged somebody in the first week and everything too. And she tries to like be kumbaya, to then unveil that her point goes to Lydia Butthole Collins, which means that by half a point, Mistress makes the semifinals with Georges and Lydia.
The thing that pisses me off is that Mistress went into this before, because they had to choose everything before they revealed. So it wasn't like she went into this going, I'm already going to betray
She
everyone.
did the math.
I
we talk about reading is fundamental, but I guess math is too.
I wouldn't have clocked her for someone who knew how to count.
I mean, she is from Texas, so. And as someone who's had failed experiences with Weight Watchers in the past, I too can't count. So
Same.
we want to talk about points mattering and not mattering. Weight Watchers, wake it up.
Nothing can can fat shame you, much like a Weight Watchers calorie counter.
That's not even the calorie
Weight
counter.
counter.
Because the portions make no fucking sense.
No.
Like, I
Veggies,
know, like,
zero.
logging shit into my
Veggies,
fitness
zero.
pal or like Fujicade is tedious, but Weight Watchers was fucking ridiculous. Like that, Jenny Craig, Slim Fast, like Hydroxy. Can we talk about the diet fads of the mid 2000s and just like how rotted all of them were?
So here's a fun story. Also kind
Nutrisystem.
of disgusting. So my mom had me on one of those weight loss pills or whatever as a kid. I look at myself and I'm like, I was not. I was a size like 8. But yet I was on one of those systems.
But not even
And
just that, they didn't fucking work.
All they did was make you shit. And my mom was like, oh, the only reason why you're like that is because you're eating sugary foods. And I'm like, no, I'm eating like salad and I'm eating like sandwiches and like things.
Fiber plus
everything.
another supplement to make you go like coffee makes you shit. Like
Yeah. But I was at school one day and school is notorious for like, can I have the bathroom pass?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that day it was just every 15 minutes going to the bathroom and the teacher cut me off.
Please tell me you didn't shit yourself in the classroom.
Not in the classroom. When I immediately got up, I felt everything. And I am duck walking and crying.
See, you say duck walking and crying. I know what you mean, but like, is it bad that I thought you... Because you're just serving too hard.
Too hard. But I went to the bathroom, cleaned myself up, crying the whole time. Fortunately, this was also during the phase of like me wearing too many layers of clothes. So I had extra, in my backpack, all the things, right? I texted my mom, hey, this is what happened. She goes, they have showers at school. She wasn't going to come pick me up. So you know what I did?
You walked out?
I left. I left school property and got suspended from school for leaving school property.
For how long?
It was like a 3-day in-school suspension.
So you're just supposed to sit around in your shitty clothes because you're getting neglected? Anyways, but speaking of shitty, so our top 3 semifinalists going into the next bracket, Mistress Isabel Brooks, who honestly, it was not looking good for her, but boy, does she have us fooled. Like, you want to talk about a killer instinct combo breaker, her saying that point was going to Lydia was insane.
And Lydia being like, oh.
Although, but the gag is like, she really could have given that point to quite literally anybody but Carrie, and she would have been in the fucking finals, or the semifinals. Damn,
Like,
man.
I kind of would have respected her more if she was like, you know what, Nicole Page Brooks, here's a point.
Just be like, here you go, damn. And they knew to save Mistress for last, too. Oh, I fucking hate production.
Because they know.
Mm-hmm.
They know. She's giving them everything that they want.
You might not agree with her, but goddamn does she make for good television. I mean, it is what it is, but we do know that next week it is the final bracket. It is the purple bracket. We have 3 new weeks of 6 new queens. And they're starting out next week with another design challenge, believe it or not. But it's them having to make a bewitching costume out of unconventional materials. But funny that they say bewitching, because the extra special guest judges next week. Collins, can you take this? Or wait, no, you stick yours out and then I'm going to hold it so we could hold space. Because it's Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo.
Ah!
Ariana back again for the first time since season 15. Cynthia's first time on Drag Race, period.
Which I feel like is crazy.
Now, here's my thing. This was filmed before Wicked Part 1 came out.
Really?
Is the lip sync going to be a Wicked song, or is it going to be an Ariana Grande song? Because I have thoughts for both of them.
I mean, if they could they actually get the rights?
They got Women's World early. They could have gotten the
No,
rights
for Wicked.
I think they could have.
Okay.
Because if you think about it, this is airing now, a week or so after the trailer for For Good just dropped.
Mm-hmm.
I think they could have finagled it with Universal. With NDAs and everything, they totally could have.
Okay.
Or if you don't want to use like Ariana, like the movie version of Wicked, you could use the fucking Broadway one.
That's fair.
And Adina's been on Drag Race.
I was about to
Kristen's been
say,
on Drag Race.
Both of them have been on Drag Race before, so.
So what I think is going to happen is I feel like the lip sync is going to either be Defying Gravity, whatever version of Defying Gravity it is, or if it's an Ariana Grande song, what I really want it to be, because I've been campaigning for it since Positions came out, I want to lip sync to 3435. That song is so fucking stupid enough for a lip sync that it hasn't been done on Drag Race. It should have been done on season 15 instead of 7 Rings, especially when Celebrity Drag Race already did it. Give me 3435 because I want to see drag queens talking about fucking like you need a seatbelt when I ride and talking about 69 in a lip sync. It is so campy. It is perfect. World
really
of Wonder,
is.
please.
Yes.
I'm begging you. Give me what I want.
Let me get
that
them
was
on
Dave
the phone
Bautista
here.
No. Like you know the meme of like I'm calling the cops at like the cookout.
Oh my god, are you and your cunty?
This could be you, but you're a blue bubble.
Let me tell you something.
What?
Guess what phone they have on Love Island?
Oh, I know. They have a collaboration.
Bitch! I clocked that yesterday and I went, holy shit. It's a sign.
Yeah. Get with it, sister. Like, low key, like what you could do because you have a decent TikTok following is you don't even have to fucking activate the bitch. Just use it on Wi-Fi, have it be like a content phone. Or like if you're like using your iPhone for like when you're like on a live or something, you'd still have it like for your socials and shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah. The only reason I ended up swapping my SIM into this because I ended up liking it that fucking much. And like I got rid of iCloud, I transferred everything to Google. Also, shout out to the Buffalo Bills for having pride flags for like every type of pride. Like you love to see when your sports teams are actually celebrating pride because brands aren't doing that these days. Which is blasphemy.
Honestly, it's a hate crime.
Oh, speaking of hate crimes, which is crazy to say that, my city went viral for one this week.
Your city?
Yeah,
Why?
because okay, so what ended up happening was like someone at a Planet Fitness was like almost backing into a car that had a black driver and like a black gay driver and a gay like woman driver. And then she ends up like trying to say that they were trying to cut her off and everything. And then she drops the N-word with a hard R. Yeah. So anybody in the Buffalo, New York area, if you know Melissa Sanfilippo, drag her. apparently she's a nanny. I wouldn't want my kids around that.
I wouldn't want my kids around that. Gross.
Bigotry has no place anywhere, but you know what does have a place somewhere? It's our local establishment on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitch, on TikTok, on Blue Sky, on Twitter. All the social medias, you can see clips from your favorite programs. You could find a new favorite program too. I know earlier today we had Astrid and Bobby Munson talking about Sinners. Hello? We're talking about a hate crime, and then we were the show after the Sinners review, which now it's on streaming from what I heard. If it is, go out of your way to watch it. I'm not even a horror person, and I'm so invested in actually watching it because of the majesty of Black culture when it comes to the horror genre. Like, I know it's not a Jordan Peele film, but when it comes to Black horror especially, I feel like it is done in such a way that it's undeniable. It is excellent. And it's so significant to culture. Go out of your way to watch Sinners. But when you're done watching that, after you get your you shit your pants scared like Auntie Collins back in the middle school days, what you could do is you could subscribe to our local establishment, because when we're not talking about horror, when we're not talking about drag, we have some wrestling, we have some sports, we have some Marvel, we have some video games, we have some music. There's something for everybody. So why aren't you subscribed? It's free. All you do is just click the button on YouTube, and then you hit the bell, and you're notified when things are popping up. There's usually a stream damn near every day, especially because tomorrow's a doubleheader day, because you have WWE Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank on the same day.
That's wild.
With
That's on the
post
same
shows
day.
for both.
Wild.
Although it is kind of cunty, though, that they have two big venues in LA booked, and neither one's the Staples Center. You have the Forum, and then you have the Intuit Dome.
I like that you still call it the Staples Center.
Oh, no. I've refused to call it the Crypto.com Arena. It's the Staples Center.
Amen.
Just like Twitter's Twitter. I'm going to call you what your mama named you. The only times where dead naming is appropriate.
Absolutely.
I was going to say, you're the authority on that, so.
Yeah, exactly. Don't you forget it.
But speaking of things that are unforgettable, I mean, Auntie Collins, you've been recapping Love Island. You've been doing this show. You've been doing Wrestling Makes Me Cry. I mean, where the hell can people keep up with you? Because you're doing every damn thing, damn near, except for Honor Ramble, but I don't blame you for that one.
I'm gonna be doing a reaction video for a certain promo video coming out. So I'm gonna do a live reaction of that later this weekend because it keeps being sent to me, and they're like, "You picked a great time for you to stop watching Ring of Honor."
Yeah, for one promo in 3 years.
Thank you. Anyways, you could find me anywhere there is social media _Queer Auntie. Blue Sky is just Queer Auntie. I'm trying to get my Twitch up to 100 followers. That is my goal. So go over to twitch.tv/Queer Auntie.
Also, not for nothing, they made affiliate easier to hit. So as long as you're watching Auntie Collins when she streams, even if it's just a handful of you, as long as Auntie Collins has 25 followers on Twitch, which I believe you do.
Yeah, I do.
Hit those stream hours, get those concurrent viewers. Make sure you guys are chatting. Get this person their sub button so they could get cunty emotes like I have on Twitch. Come on.
I just need it. I need it. Let me do it. So I stream Thursdays through Tuesdays because I have a Love Island recap show. I'm going to go live in probably an hour and a half. I'm going to go watch the episode and just talk about episode 4 of Love Island.
Yes, you'd love to see it.
We left
I'm
last
so
night's
happy that
episode.
Another reality show to just keep dishing on and everything too. Also, I need to drop this emote while I have this double talk in my head because I forgot to actually mute the stream. But this can be Auntie Collins in just a short little while if they hit affiliate. You too can get a fucking drag emote of you with Roxy Andrews' wig. Commission. That's my tier 3 though. So I mean, you do have to spend a pretty penny. It's not just the normal $6. I'm sorry, but I mean, if you're gonna have me cross dressing with a beard, it has to be worth a little bit more.
That is so cunty. I love it. Last night we left off the episode where the two that are seemingly in love, and this is really only 5 days into them being in Fiji. She tells him that she has a child at home. And you know what his reaction was?
Does she want another?
No, he goes, wait, how many kids do you have? And you're 24? The audacity of straight men. The audacity of straight men on a reality show, but straight men in general. Anyways, if you want to go see my reaction to this episode, episode 4, go ahead, go over to twitch.com or twitch.tv/Auntie. You can go watch my premiere episode, which is over 1,000 people watched my premiere episode.
Yeah, can we talk about the fact that y'all went up for Auntie Collins talking about Love Island on premiere night? I know Peacock was delayed and everything, so y'all had a lot to say.
Yeah, I had a lot to say.
But Collins is going to have a lot to say the whole season, so why are you not subscribed? Why are you not following her on Twitch? Why are you not making sure that she gets affiliate? I've been using every fucking pronoun under the sun, but it's okay because you kind of accept them all.
I do. That's what we are.
It's giving Mike Bailey on HeyW.
You can use any pronoun you want with me because, bitch, we are valid. All drag is valid.
And speaking of validity, you know what you could do is you can make sure that you're following me at Jose on the Air everywhere, Jose on a Whim for those second channels and everything too. I'm going to try to have a double review going up for Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank on my own channel this weekend. I was planning on doing some predictions and stuff, but y'all, life is kicking my ass. I have so much shit going on with work, and then on top of that, my birthday is this month. So have some pity on your boy. Check out my throne. It's Jose in the Air. You only turn 30 once, damn it. I mean... But,
I wish I could be there.
Yeah, I know. See, this is the thing of having friends all smattered around the country, is when big things happen, it is a bitch to plan because you know certain people just can't go. And especially because only for my 30th birthday, well, a couple weeks later, that WWE's like, no, you guys can have another all-women's pay-per-view. During MLB All-Star Week.
Yeah.
During All-In Weekend. During the fucking Cowboy Carter Tour. It's like, y'all, really?
Really?
Like, I understand, like, it's one thing to finally give the girls an all-women's pay-per-view again, but, like, you love to set them up for failure. And you know what? They're still going to sell at that fucking State Farm Arena out of spite because they have been the draw. If we're being honest, this year has been carried across all promotions by women's wrestling. Clock that.
Yeah, bitch. You have a lot going on. But guess what? If you want to watch Love Island, even just one episode,
that is a to be determined.
I'll send you the $10 that you sent me.
Not a booking fee. But I also feel like I would have to, like, it's not like, I feel like Love Island is one of those shows where, like, you can't just go in for one episode and, like, have something to say, kind of like how you can with Drag Race.
You could.
I don't think so, because I feel like even when Montoya Por Favor was going on, like, that was all people knew. Like, they didn't really know, like, the whole gist of it. You kind of had to watch the whole season.
They have recaps.
You know, I guess I could catch up on everything with Love Island by watching Queer Auntie on YouTube. It's a newfangled concept. It's never been done before.
I know. I even showed clips.
Okay, these are hitting because I didn't hear the word clips at first. I heard a different CLI word. But then again, I'm a man, so it's a miracle that I could even think of finding it out of my mouth, let alone physically.
That made me... I don't... Honestly, if you ended the episode like that, I would understand.
But you know what? No, we got to this point. We could actually give him a fond farewell. So until next week, guys, make sure that you are staying in touch with everything on social medias. We're kicking off the purple bracket. It is crazy that, in a way, is this 2/3 done with the season? Because I don't know if the semifinals are going to be one episode or not, but...
I don't know. Who are we going for in the purple bracket, by the way?
Ooh, that is a good question. Should I pull up the purple bracket again? Hold on. Let me see. Let me go up, bring up the Google slides, because I think I still have the original slide deck that has all the queens on it. Not like, I'm not even lying. I saved it for that specific reason.
Hilarious.
I do. Hold on. We're going to pull up the purple bracket right now. So before we go, we are giving our, it's not even a non-spoiler prediction. It's just like a genuine, like who we think, oh my God, we get to be Alyssa Edwards. Of everybody here, who will be the 3? So, not knowing anything about how this is going to play out, my 3 that I see moving on to the semifinals would be Denali, Diabetti, and Ginger Minge. Who I want to see go through would be Denali, Alyssa Hunter, and Diabetti. But Auntie Collins, what say you?
I think. I see. I was going to say Denali, Alyssa Hunter, and Ginger Minge, with Diabetti being a contender for the wild card.
See, I feel like it's some combination of those 4, though, because like I love Cynthia.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be her time. Acid, I can respect now, but I will be honest. I was always a Trixie Mattel person to this day. So like I always kind of had some sort of spite for Acid Betty.
I
Clearly
think that's why I
nowadays
just
people
don't
have
like
changed.
her.
I think Acid is actually kind of badass, especially because they're not afraid to speak out about certain things going on in the world. To the point where like literally something as simple as a coffee run is also like unafraid to actually make a political statement. To the point where you could have Nicole Page Brooks tell me like, why didn't I know my coffee was doing this, that, or the third by just not choosing one specific company, which work, bitch. So yeah. Those are our early picks, but until then, you guys, we will see you next week on another fantastic episode. You know, they were good the whole episode. I'll give them that.
They were good the whole episode.
To be fair, they're yours, so that's why they were good.
They came out of my loins. They are my biological children.
On that note, good night, everyone.